Everyone loves a good nostalgia hit. Everyone in the world has something in their life that takes them back to a previous point, and it gives them a certain feeling inside. Like for example, my girlfriend the other day just watched that stupid Justin Bieber movie, that MTV classic, that masterpiece, Never Say Never, I think it was. Like that took her back to her childhood. It made her feel a certain way. But last week in gaming, there was a certain game that came out that also had a huge nostalgia hit for a lot of people out there, and that was World of Warcraft Classic, and that is what we are going to be talking about today. Now, normally we talk about Nintendo Switch stuff. We've been talking about it a lot lately on the channel because I've been playing so much Nintendo Switch stuff, and Switch has so many games coming out. But I play a lot of other games like MMORPGs. WoW, especially, I've put the most time into World of Warcraft, I think, over any game I've ever played, and I love the game to death. I don't play retail anymore. I just made a video not too long ago now that explains my feelings in regards to retail and everything. But Classic has really drawn me back into World of Warcraft. Now, this video is unscripted. I didn't really want to talk about I didn't really want to write out everything I wanted to talk about. I just kind of wanted to talk raw about my feelings in regards to World of Warcraft Classic. I never played Vanilla WoW. I was like 6 when that came out. So going back and being able to play the game I grew up watching my dad play is something that's super cool to me and really exciting. So for those of you who don't know what World of Warcraft Classic is, World of Warcraft Classic is Blizzard re-releasing the game that came out in 2004 in its entirety. WoW Classic just takes the game back. Basically, it's like old school RuneScape to RuneScape 3. It just takes the game back before all the changes were made to the game that makes the game what it is now. And it's fucking awesome. It's so fun to play. Being someone that never played Vanilla WoW, I really am enjoying myself, and it's an entirely different game for me. It's way different from anything I've played in regards to WoW. I started playing WoW in like late Kata, so it's just an entirely different beast, and I love learning about it and learning all the intricacies that is Classic WoW. So let's talk about some of the awesome parts of Classic WoW from a vanilla noob standpoint. First off, we're going to talk about the graphics. The game's graphics are like, it's an old game, so it can run on anything, but honestly, the game's graphics are pretty good still. They still hold up. The game still looks good. I'm pretty sure they've redone some of the textures in Classic WoW, and I've cranked up all the settings to max on my PC, and the game still looks really good. I'm still a really big fan of the art style in Classic WoW. It's something really pretty to look at, especially considering you're going to spend all your time running from area to area, so you really get to experience everything that Blizzard crafted back in 2004. Now the gameplay, oh my god. Classic WoW has to be one of the best experiences I have had playing an MMORPG. I've played WoW for a long freaking time, and I just recently quit with BFA, like I explained in that video I mentioned earlier, and I haven't been hooked on WoW like I am on Classic since I started playing the game back in late Kata, early Mists of Pandaria. I used to play WoW all the goddamn time, and I haven't since then. I've played it here and there, and I've enjoyed myself, but never was I hooked like I was during Kata and Mists of Pandaria, and I've really missed that feeling. And even for someone that hasn't played Vanilla WoW in the past, playing Classic WoW is giving me a nostalgia hit for the game that I used to play all the time. It's giving me a nostalgia hit for the obsessiveness I have for the game, the desire to just sit around and waste hours playing World of Warcraft. It's awesome. It may seem sad, but it's one of the most fun feelings to just sit in it. You sit and mindlessly play a video game, but you feel like you're accomplishing something. So the gameplay, WoW is hard. Classic WoW is so difficult, especially I'm a warrior. I'm playing an undead warrior. It's hard. It's really hard. I only rolled undead because I heard playing a warrior in Classic was going to be difficult, so I wanted the cannibalism passive, and so far it's helping me out, but it's challenging. I don't want to pull more than one mob if I'm not in a party with other people. I actually have to use all the abilities on my active bars. I have to actually think to play the game, which is something you don't have to do anymore in retail. You can just run through mobs face roll. On top of the difficulty, the game itself is just, it's a totally different beast. I'm actually enjoying the leveling process, which is something that I didn't enjoy in retail. In retail, you just take your time going from 1 to level cap to get to the end game material like raiding or PvPing. You don't really sit and take in the journey. Where in Classic, the journey is one of the most awesome parts of the game. It's just so exciting to play through it all. I'm experiencing the world before Cataclysm, which is when the world completely altered in World of Warcraft. So it's really cool to see all the things prior to Cataclysm now. I go out on quests and I don't mind walking. Flying, I'm realizing now, is something I've taken for granted. Flying made the game so easy. You could just fly to wherever you wanted to go, land, get the quest done, move on with my life. Where I have to run, which in turn makes me take in the game. I get to look at everything, see the scenery, see the zones for what they are, without just flying over them to get to my next quest objective. Questing itself is very fun because of it's challenging. I'm not just face rolling, so it doesn't seem like just a minor task. I'm actually struggling to kill these things, so it makes it more entertaining because I have to actually think about what I'm doing. On top of that, items, just random item drops that I'm getting from mobs are actually fun and meaningful because I oftentimes get a better piece than what I'm wearing now, and it's phenomenal. It makes me feel good about picking up random armor pieces. I actually get excited, and it's so much more immersive that way. In the past, when I'd get a random item drop, it usually just got sold to a random vendor because I was playing retail WoW and I knew I'd get like an OP item from Dungeon Finder the next 20 minutes, so it wasn't worth holding on to those random items, but now it is. On top of that, actually having to communicate and play with other people and like create friendships and bonds with other players because you need them to get through a certain quest, that's super awesome. There's an actual sense of community in WoW Classic. You have to actually talk to other players, which people struggle with apparently. That's one of the only negatives I've noticed, is that as soon as people get what they want, they kind of just leave your party. Where I'm more of the type of person that's like, let's party up and let's get a bunch of quests done, which I have had experiences like that, and it's been really fun. It really, like I said, gives the game a sense of community that retail WoW doesn't have. You just sit in one major city and queue up for stuff, where now in Classic you have to go and you have to actually run to dungeons, you have to run to raids, you have to run to PvP events. Like, that adds a whole other aspect to the game. You actually have to interact with people, and that is one of the things I don't understand about retail WoW. It's supposed to be a multiplayer game, but it feels for the most part like a single player game until you queue up for a dungeon, and even then those people are only a means to an end. You don't really ever talk to people from a random dungeon queue ever again after you queue up. After you complete that dungeon, they're just gone. Where in Classic, you'll add them to your friends list so they can help you again further down the line. Maybe you need them to run a dungeon at a future point. Like, it's a whole other aspect that retail WoW is severely missing. Overall, I think Classic is gonna just keep me hooked in WoW again. I've been playing it a ton. It takes forever to level, so it's gonna take me so long to get to cap anyways, but it doesn't matter because I'm enjoying the experience. But like, I've already got, I think, like 13 hours in on my character, and I'm only level 15, and it's just so immersive and engaging, and it's really what I've been looking for in an MMO for a long time. Even ESO, a game that I used to cover a ton on this channel, never really grabbed me like World of Warcraft has in the past, and like Classic is now. So my biggest hope with Classic is that Blizzard sees that people are really enjoying it. Like, it's been huge since its launch. It's been absolutely monstrous, and I really hope Blizzard takes a look at that and they see that people really enjoy the game and they want the game to be more like that, and they make serious changes to retail WoW. Or my other hope is that they take what is in Classic and they put out expansions like Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria, where things started to change, but just keep the Classic formula. I know essentially that would mean that they'd be working on 2 games at one time at that point, but honestly, I'd rather have the Classic experience and then just eventually have it catch up to retail WoW and then release the expansions at the same time. So people that like retail, I have no problem with you if you like retail. I mean, it's a good game. There's still tons of people that are playing it, but I prefer the classic experience. So if we could eventually get to the point where both are releasing expansions at the same time with the same story, one has one set of gameplay, the other has the other experience, then I think it would be perfect for everyone getting what they want out of World of Warcraft. And I think it would make Blizzard a lot more money in the long run. But yeah, that pretty much covers like my initial first impressions. I am just taken away by classic WoW and what it is. Never having played it before and getting to play it now is just super awesome. And getting to play it from Blizzard, like not having to go through the steps of getting a private server and installing all that nonsense, but actually playing the game through Blizzard is just really awesome. And being able to experience something I grew up watching. My dad has been a longtime World of Warcraft player, and being able to play the game that he used to be so addicted to is just, it's a really cool thing. And I'm really excited to just keep playing classic WoW and just experiencing everything that I missed out on being a late bloomer in the World of Warcraft community. But yeah, that pretty much covers everything I wanted to discuss this video. Let me know if you're in the same position I am, if you didn't get a chance to play vanilla WoW and are playing classic now. What are your experiences like? Leave a comment below. Or if you played vanilla WoW and you're playing classic now, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. But as I said, this video might be a sloppy mess. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of put my thoughts out there raw without typing everything out and changing things along the way. I just wanted it to be what I thought right off the top of my head about the game. And yeah, it's phenomenal. Play it. If you haven't, play it. If you're not into MMORPGs, give it a shot. It might change your mind. Seriously, this game is so awesome, and it's so cool that it's come full circle like this. But that is all I have. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit like and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. Like I said, we normally talk about Nintendo Switch stuff because that is where I play most of my games. But we do talk about other video game stuff on this channel, like World of Warcraft and other things coming out, like Call of Duty we'll talk about and other things like that. So if you're interested in that, be sure to like, smash the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.